Nós estamos aqui com Scott William, vice-presidente de Relações Públicas da Casa do Elvis, Graceland. E ele vai falar um pouco para a gente sobre o que é a casa, quando você entra, o que é que você vê na casa, a localização e o custo de entrar na casa. Ele vai falar um pouco para a gente tudo sobre a Casa de Elvis. Better in English, I don't know why, than in Portuguese.
No problema.
Okay. I would say when you're coming when the Brazilians are coming to the United States, what they're going to see as they in Graceland,
Sure.
what they're going to see as they enter into the house, and you can tell about the cost and everything that the Brazilians should know.
Sure, absolutely. When
Eu sei.
Tá falando inglês, como é que pode? Fala em português.
Now you know the question,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, eu estou aqui com Scott Williams, vice-presidente de Relações Públicas de novo, que eu vou repetir. Eu estou aqui com o Scott Williams, vice-presidente de Marketing e Relações Públicas de Graceland, a Casa de Elvis. E ele vai contar um pouco para a gente sobre a casa, o que você vê quando você entra na casa do Elvis, o custo e mais informações.
Well, we're really excited to let Brazilians know what's going on at Graceland and what they'll experience when they come to visit Graceland. We have a lot of Elvis fans in Brazil, and every year for Elvis Week, for example, we have lots of Brazilian fans that join us. But for those who haven't, when you come to Graceland, you really experience the birthplace of rock and roll. Elvis purchased Graceland as his first big purchase when he became successful in his early 20s. He made it his home for his family, and then for the rest of his life, no matter where he traveled around the world, he would say to people, I want to bring you home to Memphis so you can visit Graceland. He was a great host. When people would come, he would want them to be comfortable. The house always had lots of friends and family. The house was full of music, lots of great times. Elvis had stables in the back where he kept horses, so there was a lot of horseback riding. There are lots of stories of people that rode all over the property in golf carts. Elvis loved cars, so he had a huge number of cars that he kept for himself and that he also gave to others. He loved to travel, so he had an airplane. And so he would be hanging out with his friends, and he would say, "Let's go fly in the plane," and they would take off and go on a trip. Or he also would travel to concerts where he performed. So Graceland was just a great place for Elvis and for his friends and family. Now, when you come visit, you can actually experience that for yourself. People remark often about how when they first walk in the house, they can really feel Elvis there. They feel welcomed. The house is kept as though it were when Elvis were here. As you go through the entire property, it is very much a tribute to him and to the style, that was around when he was living. The racquetball court that Elvis had put in now contains the gold, silver, and platinum records that he's won since he passed away. So it's covered in gold records. Across the street from Graceland, we also have an automobile museum that's filled with all of Elvis's, or not all, of course, but many of Elvis's cars. It's designed as a streetscape, and it has trees inside of it, so you can actually walk through the car museum like it's outdoors. One of the most important cars that we have is the pink Cadillac that Elvis purchased for his mom. That's one of the very first things he bought. So you can really get a sense of Elvis from that. We have temporary spaces that rotate. So for this year, we have an exhibit called Icon, and it's an exhibit of artifacts that other celebrities and music entertainers have given us that represents their Elvis thing. So we have items from Bruce Springsteen, Bono, every entertainer you can think of, has an item in there that they say is their Elvis item, something Elvis inspired. We have a jet, the Lisa Marie jet, that Elvis actually had. It was one of the very first customized jets. It is remarkable to walk through and see the big dining room table, the way that him and his crew used to travel to concerts. It even has a giant bed with a big gold belt buckle that you have to put on, you know, when you're laying in the bed. There are also other spaces where we have food, restaurants. We even, you know, have a place where people can buy peanut butter and banana sandwiches. I don't know if you eat peanut butter and banana sandwiches in Brazil, but here in America as a snack in the South, in the 50s and 60s, people would eat grilled peanut butter and banana sandwiches. So you can have a taste of American South when you come here. You can also eat barbecue at Graceland. So lots of, you know, you can spend hours and hours going through Graceland. Of course, it's in Memphis, Tennessee, and Memphis, Tennessee has music from one end of it to the other. So Beale Street, Stax Museum, the Rock and Soul Museum. There's music all throughout the city. So anybody looking to celebrate rock and roll should come to Memphis.
Eu gostaria de agradecer ao Scott William, o vice-presidente de Relações Públicas da Casa Graceland, do Elvis, e gostaria de agradecer, repetir, puta que pariu.
Gostaria de agradecer pelas informações e você quer conhecer Graceland.
Você que é fã?
Então, vai.
Eu gostaria de agradecer ao Scott Williams por todas as informações da Casa de Graceland do Elvis e convidar todos os brasileiros e fãs do Elvis para visitar essa maravilhosa oportunidade que é a Casa do Elvis.